First I want to thank you for all the comments you've sent me on the email RealBiotSavart at gmail.com. The first one is from a university student, a drama student, who says that your show sucks and your voice sucks. Well, I throw the ball back to you by saying so do you, and your mama is too. And then we have another comment on the user BigDaddy69, and my answer to you is simply a no. And now let's get back into the Starcraft Legacy of the Void. This is my placement match number 4, I think. PvZ. Now PvZ was my favorite matchup in the Heart of Swarm, and I hope that it will be so in the Legacy of the Void. Now there are a couple of tricks that the Zerg can do in this expansion. One is that they can do the overload drops pretty fast. It only requires evolution chamber, and then you can, in this map for example, send your overload here and just drop over to the ledge, and you can ignore my defenses on the ramp. So that's a neat strategy, and you have to always keep that in mind when you're playing against Zerg. Now this is a funny map. This has a relatively easy access to the gold minerals for especially on the Zerg players. So what I'm doing is I'm patrolling a probe here, make sure that he doesn't get it too fast. Now my initial idea was to go for depths and then change to disruptor. Disruptor follow-up. Obviously my build order is full of crap, making mistakes all over, so don't look at the build so intensely. Just a broad picture at this moment. Zerg has already got his metabolic boost coming up, and he's no longer mining gas and is expanding. My second gateway is a bit too late, and so my adept. But I have 4 guys on gas at the moment, and I'm ready to take my expansion. Unfortunately, the Zerg can delay my expansion actually quite a few times in this map, in this game, so I won't be able to get my robotics up or my disruptor production up so fast. Here I'm planting on the Nexus on the 2-minute 40 mark round, and now I scout that he has a whole bunch of Zerglings. I will stay in the ramp here. My units, these Zerglings have new skin. They look like giant ticks. Right, we have circling. I don't know why they are coming up here. Planning for sneaky. Unit wise, I have a lot more probes than he has, but he has a second base, so it's kind of even income wise. Now here comes his circling attack, and look at my panic mode. And here it comes. Oh, almost let them in, but not quite. So this new pylon cannon is really great, but unfortunately it doesn't save my Nexus. It's almost complete and I'm forced to cancel. But luckily he's a gold level player, so his macro isn't that great, and he isn't making any drones. I guess he thought he could break me, but oh my god, look at this. This Purify is just so great. He's not going anywhere. And these adepts are just so beefy. And the unit lost by 700. Is there another unit skill? Yeah. Control R. So he killed 3 units and I killed 28 of his Zerglings. So army wise, we still have only actually a lot of Zerglings. Going for round 2. Alright, I'm ready, come on. Making a Panic Immortal, because why not? I thought that he was following this with roaches, but he was just stuck on Zerglings. Here comes his second wave. Again he can delay this expansion, but because he's not making drones, his income isn't that great. He's expanding third time. This is a great move for him. Now he's deciding to return home, lick his wounds, and this time I was able to place this expansion up, and now I'm desperately trying to get the Codex Bay and get the disruptors going. Adding a forge, and he's mutating the lair, and probably followed up by Mutalisks, because Zerglings and Mutalisk are kind of match that you want to use as a Zerg player. Here comes his third attack. I've got this with the server, and now I have no problem dealing with this force, even though they are fast Zerglings. Purify is just awesome. And there we go. Units kill 56 Zerglings and 3 units. That was not great. Great move by him. And now I get my Raptor going. I really should have scouted that with server path. I am able to see his Mutalisk or Spire coming up. So I decided to attack soon, because I don't want to deal with a bunch of mutants. I have my second Nexus coming up, item-wise, speed ahead, and I have more workers. Always, guys, remember to make workers. Don't listen to this tab. 16 workers. Oh, here we have a little action coming up. Oh, the disruptor just made it. Just had time to do the explosion, and then I think if you kill the disruptor before it can explode, then it doesn't explode at all. More disruptors, and attacking with the small ground unit, but luckily he has still only Zerglings, so this is no problem for me. Mostly backing up. Great. This time, compared to the last game, I was able to do some little micro. So that was great. Little micro action here and there. Desperately trying units. Zerglings and Mutalisks coming up. Game is almost over. Purification Nova, switch out ball of energy. 145 splash damage, so it does kill. Additional 55 shield damage to hopefully we'll see now a good disruptor. Nova. They died so bad. Oh, here we go. So this is a great sniping unit. Sniping unit for probes. Restart, alright. Well, let's not watch that again. But on my behalf, that was a pretty good learning game. Even though there was a little panic in the ramp when the Zerglings came up, I was able to plug it correctly and get any Zerglings in. But if he had overload drops here, then sorry. So you have to always have your Mothership core ready to cast the Purify, and you really have to think your pylon placement. I want to put them. What I do, I place my first ramp and second near to Nexus and the line in case of circling run by. So keep that in mind. And I added the second pylon here. So always defend the ramp and your pylon placements are correct. I guess that was all for tonight, and we'll see you on the next video.